Yeah. Yeah. It's basically you almost have to download the user manual. And out on YouTube, there are whole tutorials. And again, I know people glaze over, but it's kind of how you do it. The different why I chose this over Roll 20. Roll 20, you got to enter every feat, skill, spell by hand for them to be available to be used. Whereas, yep, and unfortunately on this one, they allow you to buy the book. So basically, I pay the cost of if I was buying the hardcover book for the modules, and that's all that data imported. So what you're going to find is anything. So on archetypes, which are the classes kind of modified to a certain build. So say you want to be a pirate or a river pirate as a rogue. That it changes what your abilities are and what some of your skill sets are for that class. So literally you have to enter in the archetypes because unfortunately Fantasy Grounds didn't load all the archetypes. So that's why I tell people, if you build your character to an archetype, let me know. Because then I got to enter in all those changes and put it so you can do this. Fantasy Grounds, once you get into it, is pretty well drag and drop. There you are. So if you open your characters, so say you open Chunk, you'll see, there's his race, there's this character class and level on that main tab. So say you go up a level. What you're going to do is you're going to open the class tab. You're going to find Barbarian. And you're going to drag that Barbarian and drop it over class and level. And then you'll go up another level. And you just exit. Oh. Well, you're going to have to log out and unown it. Or you got to, hang on here, let me clear it. I can unown you there. So create an item, clear owner. Yeah. Now you can go back to Chunk. You shouldn't have to do much. You should be able to. What is it giving you screen wise on the campaign setup? No. Yes. Correct. Yep. Core rules. And the core rules. Yeah, because the core rules will have everything from the module in the core rulebook. The big difference, and this is what I say to people, you can share most of my documentation that I allow you or I have with the sample. If you do the subscription for the $49, you get all of my modules, unless I restrict you out of them. So I've got like the advanced class guide. I've got, and all the spells for it. I've got the ultimate magic. I have a bunch of other books in here that I have put in. So what it does is it gives you the ability to look at those and use them. Now you should have on the side of the character, once you load them up, you're going to have a side that says characters, classes, feats, races, skills, spells, special abilities. Those will be, they'll, okay, let me make sure. No, you haven't. Nah. It's just a matter of me. It's just a matter of me going into the library and allowing you, let's see, players, feats, you get Classes, you get races. It's not doing it for you. All right. And then come back in and then let me know if you got the flags with the other ones in the classes, and you should be able to click on them and open them. That's why I made them available to all of you, because I want everybody to be able to use them. Let's see. All the only ones. Yeah, I always have to leave the library up. Unfortunately, I'll figure out. The problem with them when they do their builds is I don't know what they're changing. Unfortunately. These guys have great ideas. It's just, I think sometimes their programmers don't think logically. As if, and that's, look, Roll20s can be just as bad. They're nice systems. They're great for allowing you to remote game. But there's so much they don't do. But when you get there, if you can open Chunk, I'll take you through what you can do with them that'll make it easy, especially in play. Good morning, Laura. How you feeling? Doing okay so far. We're getting. I'm getting Mark oriented with his fantasy grounds, so he can get everything set up and ready to go for today. Yeah, it's GORDO pound 1310. That's okay. All right. So, Mark, when you go into your character sheets, you're going to see little dice by all kinds of things. So you can roll your initiative. So say you go to initiative and you click on it. Double click on the dice in the corner. It will roll initiative with your thing. So in this case, I roll for Chunk on that one. If you want to do CMB to like grapple, you roll it and it adds your thing in there. Perception, kind of the same way. You can roll your dice and the perception will come up. No, you just double click on them or single click. All right. Do you drag? Okay. See, maybe they make you guys drag it. For me as a GM, I just have to click on the little dice and it rolls. Now, when you're under the character, if you want to attack, if you go under abilities, that's where all of your combat weapons are. And so for the attack, you just roll the dice by the AT. And it will add in your +5 and, or, you know, for your bonus to hit, or whatever your plus is, +3 on the javelin, and it will automatically do it. So if I do this, boom. I guess it may be combat on yours, its abilities on mine. See, again, I've never been a player in this, so I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't know what your player things look like. I've been screenshot once what it looks like. As a GM, it's whole different to me. Because abilities is where your weapons are supposed to be under. See, you should... Does Adeline have them underneath her, Laura? On her abilities? Oh, nice. Okay. Hmm. That's a good thing. Breakfast is good. I had some bacon. I made bacon this morning. Oh, that's one thing I've loved since. See, moving here to Ohio, the one thing I love is we got a butcher within 25 minutes of us, and we go and we buy meat fresh because I'm about that. I want as fresh. No offense to Walmart and all the others, theirs isn't always the best cut. And you go to a butcher, and it's just leaner. I mean, like hamburger, I get like a third of the fat from the butcher. It's almost like I'm buying the high-end hamburger. Ask away. No problem. Yes. You're 20. Yep. Correct. Regardless of your race. And it's because the barbarians are more used to the terrains. So you also have terrain. You also have some things where terrain won't affect you as much. Kind of almost like the ranger. The ranger has a terrain of choice. And so, like, for instance, Shara, who's a ranger with Akeisha, she has terrain that will then. Oh, there she is. In fact, she's there. That's one thing you got to watch with Akeisha. Akeisha will type, and she's there. I mean, you can see her. Kira, Saif, El, Kiran is Akeisha. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. The Barbarian didn't have that. Why wouldn't the Barbarian put that in there? Well, then you'll have to add the plus 10 manually into... Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Where's the Barbarian? Because, yeah, the Barbarians do get that extra speed as part of their deal. Yeah, fast movement. Which I believe, let me look under here. Do they have fast movement under the feats? Because if they do... Alright. Alright. So then add your fast movement bonus under the movement. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. I trust, believe me, Mark, I'm a believer. I trust all the players to do their sheets right. And if they have questions, they'll ask me. If I have something that's glaring in my mind that doesn't sound right, I'm going to go, that doesn't sound right. It just, and part of that is I don't want to spend a lot of the time just sitting on the mechanics. I'm one of these GMs that I'm not mechanics heavy, as any of them will tell you here that are playing. I'm more a believer, let's get into the game, let's role play, let's have fun. If there's a question, I've got the rules cards. I bought the rules card deck so I can look through that, which I would recommend to any of you if you want to do it. Pathfinder is a $20 rules card deck that'll take you through skills, feats, tell you all the ins and outs, and then you don't have to look in the book to look it up. You just flip it over and go, oh, there it is. And so I recommend that to anyone just because it streamlines it. Mm-hmm. Then you'll buy. Good. Well, and the nice thing is 2.0, they're going to 2.0 right now, which fixes a lot of things and makes the building easier of the characters. Eventually I may move over to it. I'm adopting certain things, like, for instance, with spellcasters, and this is something when Max gets on, I'm going to have to let him know on the deal when he gets in, is sorcerers will get cantrips. I've made cantrips unlimited. You can use cantrips 1,000 times a day if you want. Because otherwise your spellcaster runs out of spells. And that's true of cantrips for clerics, cantrips for druids, cantrips for any spellcasting class. Your cantrips you can use as many times you want. And you just have to pick which cantrips you know. And so there are some ones out of the 2E book that do more damage. Kind of almost like D&D 5E has its cantrips, and they do a 1d4 or a 1d6. No, Akeisha, no. I will never do that. I do not switch things mid-campaign because that'll screw everything up. I will just add in little rules and little things if you guys like them that streamline some things. That's all I'll do. Yes, exactly. Because again, I want to make it to where even at the low levels, you're not having to worry about, oh my gosh, am I going to die or not? And I don't want that to happen. I mean, we come close, but if you can use cantrips and other things to save you, then use them. And so, okay, what harm is Mage Hand having that 1,000 times a day? That just makes it easier on the wizard or mage to not have to walk up there and grab something and blow up. So, yeah, no. Yeah. Okay, ask away. Ah. Yeah, there's an unlock feature that I can do to the chat window. Let's see. Unlock. Well, you can unlock it. You just go over the chat window and right click, and it'll let you unlock, and you can move it. See, little things I learn. One of these days I'll have all these rules down, but at least I got certain things figured out. So yeah, you can move your chat window any side, anywhere you want, and then relock it whenever you want. And that's the cool thing. And then the clear, like for instance, if I want to clear the chat window, my chat window clears. When you right click it, you hit the eraser. And then it's magically. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. But yes, I erased everybody's. Sorry. Yeah. Whoops. Sorry. I don't do it that after. Oh, my cabbages. Sorry. Read it. Yeah. When you drag and drop, it'll do an average, but you don't have to take the average. You can roll it. I mean, I trust you, okay? Unless I'm seeing you getting tens every time, which will then flag me. If you roll a 7 and 8, I trust you. I mean, I've gotten to know enough people already that, there you go, 5. See? Gave you the 5 anyways. But again, I don't have to monitor every roll. In fact, even if you're finding that the rolling on here is a pain in the butt and you'd rather roll your dice, I'm okay with it. As long as I'm not seeing, natural 20s every roll. Which, by the way, I had 3 of them in a row the other day when I was playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which amazed me. But it's I don't know why, it just did. Yeah. Yeah. It does. Well, actually, no. They should be below your chat window. Well, they should be, but at least.
think that just because they're saving money with Groupon, they're not getting the best. And that's crazy. With Groupon ratings and reviews, you can be sure you're getting the best of everything. The best experiences, the best restaurants, even the best spas. All at prices you'll love. So get out there and live your best life. Save up $200 a week on what you do every day. Download the app and save. Groupon.
Oh, no. What, next Sunday? Dang. Yes. Well, we should. Yeah. Why is not bad? Well, that's not good. All right, well, I can edit the Bab, I believe. So what is Adlin's Bab supposed to be? Okay. All right, I got that. Good morning, Max. I see Max has joined us. He's clicking on like he's talking. Max, we got to get your mic working. Come on. Let's see. Go up with the user volume. Dang it. I can see him pushing on there. And yeah. Not always. Not always. Let's see. Is Max in? No, Max is not on the... So, Max, did you get the link up there with how to log in and everything on the Fantasy Grounds? I'm guessing not. Type. You can type at least and let us know you're hearing me, if nothing else, under the messages. Oh, okay. That's where he's got to move out of Reign of Winter. So Max, you're gonna be wanting to move into the new campaign choices. Let me see. Here we go. I'm gonna give him the invite. Copy it, and then go to him and do this. There's one. And then, let's see, we got to get him into the new campaign instant invite, and I'll give him this, and go here for the other one. There we go. So hopefully that'll help Max to get in. He looks like he's under the voice one okay. But those two should get everybody in there. I hope. And again, this is about all the volume you're going to get out of me today. Unfortunately, I lost my voice last week with the charity thing for Extra Life. And on Sunday, I had no voice. And it's because of a cold. But I'm getting better slowly. And Josh isn't here. Wonder where Josh is. Because having Syl is always a nice idea. I mean, she cooks everything she kills, but, you know. There's Max. Oh, still trying to connect. Well, it is. I mean, think about it. You have to go out and get food. If she kills every monster, at least you'll know what the monsters taste like. Yay. And hopefully, if he's got the... Yes, they are. Let me see. I can give Max the... There it is. The image. Alright, so if anybody needs, this is the image right here. Again, there it is. With all the things. Yep. And God forbid if I need to, I can always zoom in on it. Now, I did get everybody's, as you guys notice, and like with Chunk, I've got the portrait in with him, plus the token. I've got everybody's portraits fixed under their character sheets. And I think I got everybody's tokens all where they should be. So this should move smooth. I say that tongue-in-cheek, but it should move smooth. Yeah, when is everything fine? Nothing is ever totally fine. Yeah, fine. Yes, fine. Yeah, doesn't work. All right, that should get everybody up to the map on Fantasy Grounds. Welcome back to the land of confusion. Where do I click? Dang it. I don't know, Max. You know, let's see. Adrestia, you're kind of, you and Sean are IT gurus that know this program. Now, again, I think we'll have another one in Mark once he gets up to speed with it. Yep, I have all the stuff you can put in. God, I love having... I've got all these... I've got all but 2 of the books. Well, actually, no. I had a couple more of the Ultimates in pocket size. Let me tell you, if you want to buy these books for Pathfinder 1, buy them in pocket versions. They're $19. Yeah, the writing's a little smaller, but the weight is better. They're easier to carry. I just think, you know, for me, setting up is much easier with those than the big ones. Well, again, Akeisha, they're not that much smaller. I mean, it's about probably 2/3 the size of what's in the bigger books. So, it's not horrific. Now, I say that, and watch, I'll turn 60 or 70, I'll be going, crap, I need my reading glasses. It's going to be sad. God, I need to get a new iPad because I've got the 128, and I've already got over half of it filled with books. So... Yeah. See, Akeisha, you're like Kim. Her eyesight, unfortunately, she's got one eye that is really low strength. And You know, it's genetic. But, yeah. Unfortunately, that's where you got to go to the digital ones that you can blow up in size. Blow up. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want the pockets for them then, unfortunately. Because they're cheaper. They're like $19, where the regular books are almost 30, 40, depending. Yeah. Well. Alright, so Max dropped off to come back on again, I think. Uh, well, and if this one doesn't work, there's another one. What's the one we used for the stream? There was another type of voice connect we used for the stream that worked really well. And it wasn't, it's not Google Hangouts. It was, yes, yeah, Zoom. Zoom was so much easier to connect to. But again, I don't know on the typing side of things for Akeisha, so we'd have to watch that to make sure. But Zoom was great. The connections were just, no one dropped. I mean, it was amazing. And it's free. I know, right? But it worked really well. I was like, wow. It took me a minute or two to figure out how to turn on my mic and everything, but once that was done, TK from the Thread Raiders is the one that recommended it. And he's like you guys. He's the IT guru, techie person. And I'm like, geez, how do you know all these programs? I guess he lives working with them, so. But he recommended it. Max? You are there! Welcome, Max! Yay! We have Max. It's good to hear your voice, my friend. Oh God, he's now gone again. You know, I'm almost tempted. Hang on here. You could. All right. There you are. All right. So, what? Oh my God. This is going to be great. Yeah. All right. Yeah, without the zeros, it'll just be G-O, capital G. 1310. There it is. Yay. Capital G, little O, little R, little D, little O, pound 1310. Yeah. I just broke out a few mini candy canes. Sure. God, mini candy canes, they never are bad things. I'm there. Max, you're there. I see you. You've logged on. Now just you'll click on Philux, which I have him on there as Philux, not EXUX. And I even found you a tabby picture. Would you stop it? You know how long it takes to find the right cat folk that he wants? I can find tigers, I can find lions, I can find pumas. No, it just, they don't have the best ones. You gotta remember, Pinterest has so many cat folk on it, and that's where I go. Hey, Pinterest puts on the things from every other site. So ArtStation, all the other ones, they draw them from there. Yeah, I know. So now once Max claims Philux, then the only person we're missing is Josh, which I don't know why we're missing Josh, but I don't know. Sill's got to come back sometime. Otherwise, you don't have your homicidal monk. You just have Markale. You just have Markale, which is not homicidal, just opportunistic. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to do this because I need to make sure Max and everybody knows where they are. Let's see. All right, Max, there's where you and Chunk are. You're kind of following the herd. A is where Talamander's bounty is. Yeah, hang on. I got you. I will show him the map. Sharing. Sharing. Sharing is caring. I don't know. Oh my gosh, that's even worse. Oh. All right, so there you go. Now, why Yosef is turning, I don't know. Everybody, these things are now just all turning. Stop it. Yeah. That allows you to turn the direction you actually are. There you go. All right, so where we left off last. Now, again, Max and Chunk, I'll get you guys, Mark, I'll get you guys into where you were. But for the rest of the party, you had left Talamander's bounty along with your friend Lyra that you convinced to go along, that Shara convinced to go along with the party because she likes her. And you guys are headed up the coastline to find the caves that the governor wanted you to go check out and see if there's any problems there. And again, Ramona is more worried of unexpected visitors since of what all you guys found in Talmander's bounty, which was nobody and a couple creatures. Chunk, you and Philux got there before these guys arrived, probably about 2.5 weeks. You were able to see the exodus from the village and what direction they went. You didn't follow them because they were acting quite strangely. It didn't seem like they were acting in their right mind. You guys decided to hang out and wait for the rest of the new colonists to come in and then hook up at that point. You're guessing this is the new colonists from the ships that you see anchored in the harbor. You can see the masts from where you guys were, and this scout party. You've watched them and all the things they were doing over the past week, or a few days at least, that they've been there. They have rested for the night after taking on what looked to be some creatures on the island. And they looked to be like aquatic creatures that were hiding in the bushes. And these guys spotted them and were able to take them out. And it's a mixed lot. You see everything from, like I said, you see a half-orc. You see what looks to be a very pale-looking human that you're guessing you've seen things like her before, is possibly a damn fear. The only real human you see in the bunch is a tall guy wearing black leathers. And he looks like he's a Varisian from what you guys have seen in your times traveling the world. You also see some Undine, a Tiefling, and let's see, there's 2 Markales. Let's get rid of this Markale. Hang on here. Too many things, and this is now gone because that was one of the creatures. All right, and a half-elf. Yeah, oh, that's right. That's what it was, and that's what you see. Yeah, there were 2. Oh, Lord, you missed it, Laura. You really did. Yeah, Adeline. Adeline was there, but she was like, "Oh, great." So yeah, that's what you see striking out, and they're headed towards the northwest. Up to you guys whether you want to make contact or not, or just quietly follow along. This one I'm showing right now, that's the map of the regions of the island of region map. It's Ancorado, basically Ancorado and the surrounding islands. You guys haven't seen the surrounding islands, you've just seen the water, but it's Ancorado and the surrounding islands. Yeah, right? So, I will let you guys figure out if you want to come together or one follow the other. You guys don't know they're there. They've been quiet up to now. Yep, so you see a fire up. They stay the night. Your shelter that you have, Shara, wouldn't be enough for the upcoming storm. And that's the other thing you both have felt, Chunk and Philux, is there's a storm coming from the east. And you guys have weathered at least 2, and they can be quite strong coming into the island. Yeah. About 2.5 hours. About 4.5 miles. A is, yep, that's the village where the ship's is unloading and they're starting to take homes and look at what's going on and doing their own little assessment. Yeah, getting wet. Well, and Lyra's like, "Are you sure you don't want to go further? We could probably make it pretty well up the coastline." Yeah, yeah. That's a ship. It looks like a shipwreck, but it's a ship. Unfortunately, I have to. Yeah, exactly. You could send the Peregrine to the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, yeah. I will eventually get another icon in there as time goes on, but yes. Ramona Evanth. Yes. Yes. Correct. Correct. Almost right in the direction that you guys are going, in fact. Mm-hmm. Correct. I love that. Let's shadow these shadies. There you go. Yeah, you never know. They might. Sure. So you guys roll stealth, Chunk, and Philux. And this, well, actually, do me a favor. Roll your guys's, it's up to, because again, will you see these guys? I don't know, but you can do your passive perceptions. So I've got the passives. Just do your perception, a standard perception roll, and that's just your roll for the day, is what it is with the passive. Yep. Chunk 3. Not 20, Adeline would see about anything. So that's pretty darn good. And by the way, you add with that nat 20, Adeline, on any type of skill check like that going forward, you get a advantage, one advantage for the day. So let's try this 14, and let's see. I will do Lyra. Let's do this is Lyra as I'm putting in there. And she's got a... Yeah, that's pretty much the case. She's got a 17 for Lyra. All right. And then, let's see. Philux has got a 20 over there. And then Syl, I don't know. We'll just roll Syls. All right. Let's do Syl's. Syl's got a 7. All right, good job, Syl. You're about as blind as a brick. And yes. Yes, absolutely. To look for shelter, absolutely, or things that could shelter you, absolutely. Let's see, Yosef, perception is... Oh, that's nice. He rolled a natural 1. He still gets a 13, but he's kind of oblivious. Yes, he is. That's the investigator in him. He's very perceptive. He just isn't always great in combat. So, you know. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Let's see, Mark Hale. Who's got... Okay. Oh, there you go. So you guys have both got it. Nice job. All right. So, Adeline, you immediately see some forms to the southeast in the edge of what is the wooded area. They're trying to hide. The halfling isn't doing so well. The halfling looks like, let's see. Where's our halfling? Let's see. Images and maps. I got to put him in there. Hang on real quick. I will put his image in so you can see him. Yeah, he's not doing so good. Chunk's just kind of one of... Yeah... So the one looks like this. And he's pretty evident. Now you think you see another form that has a hood over it that's looking your way, that's fairly tall, compared to the halfling at least, looking out at you. And then for those, I don't think the rest of you guys know. Yeah. The rest of you see the halfling. You do not see the other hooded figure. Blended pretty well in. Okay. Yeah, you thought you were doing so good. Yeah. Yeah. He's moving out to, again, doesn't look too scared of you. It just looks confused that you've seen him. Yep. You hear some snickers from the tall guy that looks like the Virgin. Oh, yes, she is. She is the next mayor. Yeah. All right. So you see the second one. Let's see. Let's give you a good image of him. All right. So that's actually drop trees. So, pocket sized. Yeah, pretty hard to do. so 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 when did we become her adventuring party? I never knew this to be the case. He just he rubs his head and just shakes it. And you can just see the rolling of the eyes from Lyra as she looks over at Mark Hale and just shrugs. He says that would be a good thing, I think. The weather is getting worse. All right, let me get the village here. Bad juju. Yeah. Let me load. Yeah, let me get my notes in here so I can just let you know what. The survival checks, you're able to see that if you guys, you'll be fine weathering it in the village because of the stockades and the buildings themselves. If you were to try to build out here, it would take you guys a while to build something safe enough to feel comfortable being in for the worst of the worst, if that makes sense. Felix. Mm-hmm. You got. Haven't been elected. There we go. Mm-hmm. Yep, no, we can hear you. Sorry. Let me see. Can you hear it okay? There you go. So I think at the end of the day, we may try the new ones, or the when we try the next session. I hate to lose the connection, but still have everybody else. The voice. Yeah, I'm gonna reconnect with it. Okay. All right. Where's US? How would I do it under there? Just clicking on it. Okay. Let's see. I've got the overview, moderator, integration, webbooks, widgets, members. Oh, okay. No, change name. Hang on here. Let's do this again. Hang on. So the server. Let's see. Low, medium, unrestricted. Member. No, I don't think I am. Let's see. Okay, so let's go to overview. I've got mark as read, invite people, channel category, change names. Note. Okay, so overview. All right, there it is. All right, yeah, change US South. All right, let's go to US East and save changes. All right, can we hear better now? That would be why. All right, so now we have it saved. All right. Woo! Okay. Actually, that may be of interest to the catfolk or tabaxi, however you want to call them. D&D calls them tabaxi, Pathfinder, catfolk, same difference. Just type in room then on their Macs. Type in to Fantasy Grounds, kind of like Akeisha does with Shara. So, yeah. That may have, yeah, which, again, if there's any problems, you guys can always type in the chat section, the chat box over there until you get it fixed, because that makes it easier at least to follow along with it. Yep. Yep, that'd be about right. There you go, Max. You're back. You see about 20 wizard spells that are first level, a full lineup of cantrips, and about 6 second level spells. I can write them out for you later what all they are, but it definitely looks like a wizard's caster book. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily. I mean, there are some necromancy spells on there, but it's a mix of all types of spells. Illusion, especially a lot of illusion spells. And then, yes. No, Thessalonian. Wow, wow. Just wow, wow. We went from Thessalonian to. Oh, there's just never a dull moment at all.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, bud.
We'll play Skyrim.
Later.
Now.
Go grab me your chips over there on the table. Mm-hmm.
Hey, are you supposed to put that in something? Hey, Daddy. Can
Yes.
we put that in something?
Go get me a bowl out of the brown thing.
What brown thing?
Lemon flavored choo-choo. Oh, my Lord.
Daddy,
What?
there's my biscuits.
That's fine. Put them up on the table with your stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. Ah. Juji beads. We have Juji beads. Yeah, prove to me it's not Juju. Exactly. Ay, ay, ay. Gotta chew Juju. Oh, my Lord. We just, it's amazing how we've gone from go back to the village, go out to your guys' shelter to let's talk about Juju. I think we've. All right. So you guys make it back to the village, okay? You can see that there's a lot of unloading going on. People finding their places in the town itself. So I'm going to shrink. Let's see. We're going to move this over. And we'll put you guys back onto the map as to where you guys are coming in. Let's see. I will get this map up and going. And then I'll have to expand it up a little bit so that we... Alright, let's see. Oh, too much. Come back. there. All right. Yeah, I know, right? Is the out? Yes. You mean Alba? Alba is definitely part of the unloading that's going on. Let's see. Let's put everybody in here as a. That is a very good question. Yep. Yep. Let's see. I'll put Sill there. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Well, what you guys will see, hang on here. I'll get everything kind of zoomed in a little bit. All right, so you guys are coming back in. Let's see. I'm going to put these here. All right, hang on here. Let me get all these things kind of put in here. Let's see, R-A-M-O. Yep, you can see the guards outside. There's Ramona's going to this one right here. Let's see, the alchemist is Alba. Alba is going to here to be. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Let's see, I got all the ones on here so we can put everybody in here. Let's see, Carver Hastings. He is going for this one over here. It's Carver Hastings. Let's see who else we got. We've got Eamon. Alright, so Eamon is actually here in the temple, along with Curvis. Going here. I got to get all... It's kind of like, you know, you got to have all these different people. Curvis, the two clerics. So Harcourt actually is going for this one, which would have been the houses for the priests, forcing them into their temple area more. Yeah. And then, well, yeah, you guys can work with him at any point and try to talk with him about such things. Let's see, the... Yep. Huh? They were going to the north. Well, the bodies were dragged towards the water. All right, so she's in there. Mm-hmm. There you go. Lewiton's in there. And then, let's see. Let's get these sailors. Because the sailors are unloading everything. So these are the ones going up and down the beach. Bringing in the different things that are going on. So, all right. Let's see if I can get this to up a little bit. Oh, yeah. So right now you can see that everybody is kind of unloading and doing their thing. Let's see if I can get that one expanded up. There. So you guys are coming in almost on the shoreline where you see that they are doing the unloading of the ship. The ship is off to the west. Towards there's a dock that's down that way. You can see a lot of people have already moved into a lot of different places. Yes. Ordering people around. Sure. There's the main meeting place there. That's as you guys can see, the stand area where, actually, let's see. I know, I'm seeing that, so I got to get rid of one of them. Where's the other? Oh, yeah. Yep. So, yeah, it looks like you guys could probably take up the one that's here near the main office area that is the governor's mansion. Now, the one that would have been her mansion would have been next door, but she's given that to you and the party. Whereas Harcourt took over what would have been the two priests' place. And again, that may or may not sit with you guys well, but that's Harcourt. Again, it doesn't look like Eamon or Curvis really cares at this point, because they can easily add into. That was just how it was set up originally, when there were less of the people coming in and taking places. Let's see, Adeline, you're over here with these guys. Oops. Get rid of this one. And so Max and Mark, you can see that basically the palisade is pretty well laid out. Now, there's a lot of work that has to be done to finish it. However, as you can see in the inner area, that's where a lot of the more ranking members of the expedition have gone to take up residence. Again, you guys have a different picture seeing people coming out. You saw the original governor was at the head of the people leading them out of the village. You didn't get to hear a lot of what he said necessarily, but you definitely got the feeling that this was not a good situation at all, by any means. Let's see, hang on. Yeah, unfortunately, the makeshifts are more these teepees that are the brown orange things on the outer skirts. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Don't blame you. Yes, you did. There was a body down in the well. Sure. Oh, well, yeah, no. You can see there are some bodies. Hang on here. Let me lay them out. While you guys were away, you guys can see that there is 1, 2, 3 bodies that have been laid out that have been found by the villagers. So, yeah, Shara's and Lyra's tokens are. Yeah, that's the one. That one easily can be converted into, with some work, to have more bunks put in there for people to sleep. Yeah, it's the one she originally broke the bed in on. They look like probably farmers more than anything else by their dress, or maybe common folk. They could. One looks like maybe a logger, and two of the others look like farmers that were found. He goes, it's not a bad idea. He says, not a bad idea, but he says, I would like to look and see if I can see anything there that may be of use. Sure. He's going to do 3 rolls, 1 for each body. God, horrible rolls. All right. And so he's going to do a D6 on the first 2 to see if they help. Nope, the 12 doesn't. The 15 will. So the second body, again, on all these, for what you guys see now, and the 20 and the 17 and the 15, you guys notice on the other bodies they were killed by strangulation. The other one looks like a wound on it. Maybe some sort of a sharp weapon, but you guys can't really tell. It was something that pierced near the rib cage and the heart, but that's all you can tell at the point. So that's what, at least up to now, you're able to figure out from looking at these. But yeah, it yes. Sure. Well, it's foul play, but it's just still strange. It's, other than the fact that they were able to give you some idea that the townspeople that did go left willingly, and it's strange. Why would you kill fellow townspeople? Again, none of it's adding up. He says, I can talk with the fathers and get them to do that. He said, I will go over and see them about that while you go with the party to do what you need to do and batten things down. Oh, you're welcome. He goes, I don't know. He says, it depends. He says, I haven't been assigned the house yet, so. Okay. You notice Faradis isn't there. You're thinking he probably is in the tent city with some of the others until. But, yep, because not all the houses can handle that, unfortunately. The mayor's office, hang on here, let me give you an idea on the size of each of these buildings. What is the large? Yeah, the large one, Peril Bays is going to be there, Ramona Avendanth, and then Lyra was there, but now since you've kind of got her hooked up with Shara, it's, that's probably where she'll be at. The mayor can bring some in, but unfortunately, what you've got is you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18 houses that are out around the farms. Those can hold 1 to 2 people. So, say you've got 36 people from the ship that can go into there. Then the Yes. Yes, they have. Right, correct. So what you look like you guys have right now, unloading the ship, and this is without the crew of the ship. You guys have got 83 colonists and then 14 special colonists, which are the ones with the ones you guys have met, Alba, Luton, the Smith, and Lyra, Peril Bays, and several of the others. Those are all there. Now, of the colonists, there are 12 soldiers. There's a lieutenant, Lieutenant Siren Longfarn. She is the head of the guards from Taldor. And then Sergeant Blake Cornest, Cournest, is the sergeant that serves under Siren. And then there's the 10 soldiers, one of which being your gal you had to convince out of the mutiny. So there are about 12 soldiers. There are 24 farm families. There's 12 carpenters, 16 lumberjacks with a foreman, and then a couple leather workers, about 8. And then and not just leather workers, but also they do clothing and everything else. And then you've got 10 of the masons, and the masons do the rock work and the leveling and foundations for the homes and any of the wells. And that's what you have. So there isn't really necessarily a shopkeep, to Markale's happy little chagrin. She can actually be the shopkeep of the bunch. And then there is, let's see, somebody right in there, I think Chunk now. Yeah, Chunk knows Philix's name. So you can still call him Cat, or Philux, but you can still call him Cat if you want. But yeah, you've got several different positions. But again, right now, the shopkeepers, other than the smith and the alchemist with Alba, and then Miss, oh gosh, what's her name? Anya Sandstrider, who's the hunter of the bunch, and your pathfinder with Harcourt, or not Harcourt, but excuse me, your I'll remember him here in a second. I'm blanking on him. It's not Harcourt. Harcourt's your Miss Carver Hastings, and then your 2 priests. There aren't a lot of other shopkeepers. Yay, Josh! Josh is fun. Luton Lutin, Leutin, is the apprentice smith, but now he's the head smith. So he's going to be taking over the smithy. His assistant, it looks like right now, is going to be our boy Faradis. Faradis has offered to help him in that role. And also, if they need anything for the Bowyer, Fletcher type of things, he's going to start working on that end of things. But the quartermaster is going to be leaving. After the storm, you have a feeling that Peregrine is going to be leaving. Now, you guys can, and Ramona has announced this, so I'll go through her announcements. Ramona's up on the podium, and she's saying, fellow colonists, we must quickly make to our shelters. However, there are going to be some things that we need to know. Once the storm has passed, we are going to send the ship back, the Peregrine, with any other needs we may have. So if there are any items or other colonists that we need to make this work, we need to send that request back so that they have that information. The ship will take... she goes about 6 weeks to get back to Andoran, and then 6 weeks to be back. So it'll be 4 months or 3 months before it returns. So whatever we have, we're going to have to try to make the best of it for 3 months here without the ship. And it won't be the same ship coming back. It'll be another ship. Most likely the Peregrine will be on other runs being a merchant ship. So we will have another merchant ship that will come and drop off any of our needs. So if there's any raw materials that we don't have here on the island, if there's any specialties or items that we need, or there are any shops that we need to send us items to help us to get up onto our feet, we must let them know after the storm. She goes, I wish we could do more to find the lost colonists. She goes, it's good to have the group back that was going and exploring for us. And she goes, I really appreciate their efforts here, as I hope all of you will. They are an invaluable part of our colony. And she goes, it looks like they brought back some strays. She turns and looks down at the cat folk and the halfling, and she goes, both of you I don't know. Were you here on the island? Here's how she looks, by the way, so you can see her. She is the mayor of the town. Let's see. Yeah, Markale always gets her way. She looks like the hardy sort. Again, she's a very pretty woman. But with everything on it, you look like she could handle herself in combat if necessary. And so she goes, I am Ramona Avanth, the head of the Bountiful Venture group that is here, and also the replacement mayor for the former mayor who was here. And so she's just looking at you both. Yes. Ah, from the jungles then. Well, you'll be an invaluable asset to the colony, especially knowing that you've survived and grew up in such wild and harsh conditions down there near the perpetual typhoon that goes on down there. So she goes, we welcome you to the colony. And she goes, and your friend? Welcome, Chunk. She goes, it is good to have you here. And she goes, I take it you will be boarding with the group that I have set up and worked with that helped us scout this area. She's looking at you both again. Ah, okay. She goes, well, let me know if there's anything you need. Ah, okay. She goes, that one that you found the choker in. She goes, sure. They're more than welcome to have that home. Let's see, it's down here, as you guys will see me expand a little bit. So this one down here, I will put a mark so that, let's see, I'm going to put C and P. All right, that'll give it that. All right, so she goes, ideally, yes, you may have that. Do you still want your group to be in what was my former governor's house? What, Janet? All right, I'll be right back, guys. I'll let you guys discuss a second. I gotta go get Munchkie, so I'll be right back. Actually, do we want to take a break for? Let's do a 30-minute, and that way then everybody can do anything. I'm coming, Munchkie. All right, I will see you guys back in 30 minutes. All right. Let's see. Mute. All right, I'm coming, Munchkie. Coming. Sorry. Okay, good job. All right. Sorry about that. We'll get you something for lunch. You want hot dogs? Yeah. Okay. You got it. Sorry.
Are chips for lunch?
I'll do them with your hot dogs if you eat your hot dogs. So hot dogs and chips.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Oh. All right, so I will put this in here for now. Oh, Grandma and Grandpa called earlier. They want to know what you want for Christmas. This. Sorry, folks who are watching this. I'm gonna wind this down.